Hello everyone, this is Jillian, and today I just gave a talk on personal branding to a group of students. So I want to record this video to share with more people on this topic. I want to make a strange claim here. Every single one of you who is listening to this talk is already a founder and a CEO. You didn't sign papers, you didn't raise funding, but the moment you start making decisions about what you do, what to practice, and who to spend the time with, you founded a company. And that company is you. You Incorporated, You Inc. But most of people run this company by accident. But here I want to show you how to run it on purpose. So everything I'm going to talk about in this video is just one idea. How to manage yourself like you would manage your business. So before I continue, I would love to ask you one question you can keep in mind is that if you have done any excellent work, can be a great project, a paper, or an event you organize that nobody knows other than the people being involved in those initiatives and so on. If there's anything in your mind right now, that is the problem exactly we are trying to solve here within this talk, because your talents cannot be seen. There's no visibilities, not to the employers, not to the collaborators, not to the people who could open the doors for you. And this is where the social mediums come in. And it might not be the way that you think, because personal branding is not vanity. It's not about posting fun stuff for your friends. It's about making sure that when the right person goes looking, a recruiter, a founder, or anyone that can help you, they can find you and they can see what you actually can do. Let me make that personal for a moment, looking back at my own career. Not one of the jobs I landed came from just submitting applications to an online portal. Every single one came from the network that I built and from being visible enough that the right person thought of me. So when I reached out, they already knew me. Because your friend already know you, your brand is for anyone who doesn't yet. That's the whole reason we should build our own personal brand. The question is that how do we run this business, You Inc., deliberately? I'm going to borrow the exact tool the startups use to design a company, the business model canvas, and point it at one person, you. This framework is adapted from a book called Business Model You by Tim Clark and the Business Model You Canvas designers. Their idea was simple. What if you run yourself like a company? Today, I'm going to show you how I actually did that with my own career. There are 8 blocks we're going to cover, including what I have, what I do, who is for, why me, how I'm found, how I keep people, who helps me, and what is pace and the cost for running this business. Here, how to get the most out of the next 15 minutes. As we go through each block, I would love to have you answer this in your mind for yourself. Don't need to wait until you are ready. Do it right now with me as we go. Every company starts with an inventory. So the block 1, the ask is who I am and what do I already have. So 4 lists here, knowledge, what do you have started and generally understand. The skills, what you can actually do, either write, code, design, present, or organize events and so on. The experience, what do you have been and what it taught you, including failures, because you can learn anything from the failures. And last piece is network, the people who know you and would take your call anytime. Here, what I have learned, most of the people underestimate at least 2 of the 4. Your coursework counts, the club you run counts, the 400 contacts in your phone counts. And so I will highly recommend to try to write down all those lists, because this document is going to be your starting capital for running your business. Block number 2, what would your main line of business be? Because we need to understand our core business to be able to run our business, right? There are 3 circles here. What I can do, that's your ability. What I enjoy doing, that's your passion. and what the market needs. That is the demand. So watch what happens with only two. Ability plus market without join, you will burn out. That's a grind. Passion plus ability without market, that's a lovely hobby. No one gonna pay for it. Passion plus market demand without skills, well, that's a dream for now. So the overlap in this slice, all of the three, is small. And that's exactly what makes it valuable. That dot in the middle, that's where you should build. Block number 3, who is You Inc. actually for? There are 3 different audiences and they want different things. Users, people who directly need what you do. Followers are the people who enjoy watching you build and cheer you on. And business contacts can be professors, recruiters, mentors, the people who can open the doors for you. So you don't speak to a recruiter the same way you speak to a follower. So here is my advice. Pick one primary audience for the next couple of months. Everything what you post, where you post, get easier once you know exactly who you are talking to. Block number 4 is the heart of the whole canvas. What problem can you help someone to solve? And here's the uncomfortable truth. People don't follow you for you. They follow you for what you help them with. So finish this sentence. Come to me when you need. One sentence, plain words. Try it right now. If you don't have the answer to fill in this blank yet, that's okay. That's the homework after this talk. Block number 5, how does your value actually reach people? Because your product can be intangible, like otherwise writing a talk like this, or tangible, can be a portfolio, a project, or a template someone even can download to use. Then you need content. Think of it as the free sample of your thinking, plus the promotion and publicity channels to carry it. The mistakes everyone makes is trying to be everywhere. One well-tended channel beats 5 abandoned ones. So choose the channel where your customers' groups already spends time. For most of professional audience, that's LinkedIn, and showing up there consistently will definitely help you to grow your professional life. Block number 6, once someone finds you, how you keep the relationship. So here is the keyword, one word, consistency. Because trusted relationship is not built on the first delivery. It's built on the second, the third, and so on. And that's how a one-time reader become a repeat reader, and how the repeat readers become a community. So practical vision. Pick a rhythm that you can actually sustain, because a weekly beats daily, then never. You are not trying to go viral. You are trying to be reliable. So here how I do it for myself. Because I work in sales, so I will proactively connect with people. I would love to reach out on LinkedIn, but I don't pitch them the second they accept. Instead, I just keep showing up, sharing what I'm learning, what I'm building, the industry trend, and what I'm seeing in the market. So by the time there's actually someone I want to work with or talk to, they already know my name and how I think. And that's when I reach out. So the relationship is warm long before the ask. Number 7, who can help you? 3 kinds of people: mentors, those a few steps ahead who can guide you, and the peers, those building beside you who keep you honest and moving, and enablers, the people who can open the door with one introduction. And here's the mindset shift. Asking for help is not weakness, it's business development, because most people are flattered to be asked for advice. So I would recommend to name your mentors, your peer, or enabler, and then actually tell them what you are building. That's the block. What do you get back by running this business, right? On the plus side, material rewards. For example, salaries, bonus, or one day maybe equity in something. But also inner rewards, the confidence, growth, mastery, or a name of your own. Because in your early 20s, the inner column usually pays first, and that's normal. However, on the minor side, be honest about the investment, time, energy, money, emotional stress. You need to budget your energy like a CFO, because burning out is bankrupt which we don't want to see. So if the ledger runs negative for a couple of months, don't abandon the company. Instead, redesign a blog, change the channel, narrow the audience, sharpen the value proposition. So let's land the plane here. So if you remember one sentence from my talk today, make it this one. Posts to be found, not to be liked. Likes are applause. They feel nice, but that's nothing. Be found is business. So your next employer, your co-founder, or a customer is just one search away from someone. Make sure that's you. And thank you for listening to this talk. If you like, please connect with me in LinkedIn. Looking forward to connecting.